Valentine's Day.
What a great time.
We got flowers and similar to marshmallows.
Are these those really floral flowers?
It's a new trend in the flower industry. Burnt flowers.
Some flowers last forever. These last for
Kind
35
of like saging.
seconds. Look at that molten magma.
Would they be flower incense?
Yeah, we're saging our show.
Can you smell it?
Welcome to the gathering point where hot glass does strange things.
Maybe that's what
To
we should
dry
call it
flowers.
instead of the will it burn.
What?
Can you smell it?
We can smell it.
Can you smell it, Oliver?
I smell it.
Let's see those front side facing, embering, smoldering, and smelling delicious.
Look, I'm making my own flower.
Oh my gosh, that scale is such talent.
With flower mojo in it?
Yep. There it is.
Mojo
They
upon
touched
mojo.
flowers there a
Just
moment
like
ago.
the pulled flower class. You could have a pulled flower. This is turning out better than most flowers.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Well, it had real flower mojo on it.
Yeah.
Tonight on the show, we're going to get started with our sheep. Let me give you an example so you know what we're talking about. These are our sheep. There is a Wallace and Gromit show happening at the Henry Ford Museum in our town, so we decided to do a round of sheep to celebrate. And we're going to do one of them on the show. Who wants to guess which one he's going to make? Is it going to be brown? Is it going to be black? Is it going to be a ram? Is it going to be... Okay, I see it. Is it going to be... The colors are here.
Right.
This is for the members only.
What's happening, great people of the full entire world?
Hey, entire world. Do we sound different today?
Oh, one of
Do
us
we
is
sound better?
one of us is going to
crisp?
sound better. Or are
I
we
heard
gonna
we all
sound
might
better?
sound even better. Listen, everybody, we had a new audio setup today, courtesy of Bess and Roland. They're working hard on it right now, calibrating, equalizing us, doing the mix.
We're working on it. It's not perfect yet. Everybody sounds all over the place right now.
Everybody, be patient.
Oliver's like, do we sound amazing?
We sound amazing. I know we sound amazing.
Meanwhile, we're echoing like 3 years into a chamber.
Good thing we got some glass blowing going on.
Well, whether it sounds annoying or not, folks, we're here and we're live, and it's Tuesday night, and this is show number 307. And we've got our ducks in a row and our eggs in a basket,
But where are the sheep?
and the sheep are on the table. We've herded them, they're ready to go, and this members exclusive starter offer is going to be not only a ram, like Al Green sings about, but it's going to be a black ram. Never been made before. I don't even know if those are real.
They're real.
Could someone put it in the chat? Are black rams real?
So I'm blowing air into it right now. I got recycled glass with multiple coats of a really dense, powerful black.
They're not ready for what's all in the garage yet. We got a secret surprise coming after this
I
piece.
know. I thought I'd tease them.
I'm going into the large chunks of sheep fur.
Someone? Who is that someone? It was Bess. All right, so these chunks stay rough. Rough.
Very important timing, this heat right here, just to get, it's like the shugs on the pumpkins that we do. Having texture on there, not having it too soft, not having it too sharp,
Just right.
can make all the difference. And then we'll pump this one up a little in size for the members as well. You know if you're a subscribed member or not, you can find that on our website. If you pay to support local businesses and get yourselves perks and all that other goodness, this is one of the perks. First piece of the show. Testing. Super Ram.
Now, I know that we have all our ducks in the row,
Hello?
and the cattle's been herded, and I'm
Yes.
just asking for the people to know. You want to put legs on this guy?
Probably.
Put some legs on this guy.
Some are laying down varieties. That's why they're talking legs or no legs.
And folks, if you weren't here about a year ago, right at this time, we designed these sheep specific for our spring show, Blossom and Bloom, our 22nd spring show. And every year going forward, we are going to design a brand new creature product. We're going to pick a give back portion and we're going to document the entire design process so that you can see the creation and the process behind brand new Glass Academy products. So we're in the midst of that right now. We're going to show you a few examples of where we're at and the creature that we're designing this year. But in reminiscence of that and our amazing sheep that sold incredibly well, I bet many of you watching here tonight either thought about or did purchase one. We've set up a complimentary super bonus session of sheep, even though they're out of production now, and we're going to show you guys that process once again.
It's kind of fun being able to go back and remake these almost a full year later.
It is, and I was telling Oliver, we were both talking about it when we were making them, that I was really kind of expecting it to be a little more difficult to remember
like riding
from
a
a year
bike?
ago. Because we really only made, we probably made 3 live show tables worth of sheep in a few different styles, and it took us a long time to figure them out. But I guess
Where are all those sheep?
they're in the homes
Who has a sheep?
of the people.
Someone has a sheep.
If you got a
I know
sheep-
somebody who's got a giant sheep.
That's right. We did make one jumbo,
Yep, and I know her.
a jumbolini.
Yep, it's a big one.
Shouts out.
I think there's something about the black sheep. It's
That's
pretty
what they
nice.
say.
The outlier.
But I doubt anyone watching the show tonight feels like they can relate to a black sheep.
I think everybody on the planet has felt like a black sheep one time or another.
No way.
When you're kind of just feeling left out, or you're hanging out with everybody and they're all playing on the swing set and you're just not allowed.
That's horrible.
Well, there's only so many swings on a swing set.
There's so
Yeah.
many
Usually
jerks
4.
out there make you feel like a black sheep.
What?
I mean, has anybody ever been chosen last for
Of
some
course.
sort of sports game at
Heck
school?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yep, when I was
Doubt
in
it.
kindergarten, I was trying out for the 8th grade basketball team.
Oh, this guy.
Yep.
Pick you.
Yeah, and I was only like about 2.5 feet tall, and everyone else was like 6'5", and I got picked last, and I felt bad.
That's horrible.
But you were in kindergarten.
I was Spud Webbing it though.
Last week I went to the park to try and get some swing time, and none of the kids wanted to get off and share with me, so I relate to that.
You had a hard time getting your legs inside that little plastic thing where you got to put both
I
legs
know.
through there.
But I took that
Our-
little Tykes car to the park, and that worked just fine.
Nice. The foot pedal one or the Flintstones
The
one?
Flintstones one, yeah.
You see the legs.
We're going to go into a foot sculpting mode.
It's a pedicure. He's getting a pedicure.
He's getting some sort of nice leveling pedicure so he can stand straight and keep his brains organized. And we're going to start by just super blasting every single one of his toes in a friendly and humane way. But we are bringing his toes up to 2,000 degrees so I can take a heat and
Up to
squish
temperature.
his
We're
feet.
bringing him up to temperature.
Would you say, Jake, that this would be more of a docile ram?
It's going to completely depend on the sculpting of the horn.
Because if you pulled like a couple knobs out of the back of the legs so that he had his legs going like this, he could be
Jumping?
He could be doing the ram hit
Well-
like the National Geographic headbutt special.
That's
You know
a pretty
what?
good idea. We should try later.
We're doing rams the whole show or sheep the whole show. So
There's
think
his little
that's-
fluffy tail. That's no docile ram, or that is the docile ram.
He can whip with that thing?
No, we got to make a different tail if we're going to go for the hardcore one.
I've never seen a ram turn around and whip another ram with his tail.
No, but I did see a video the other day or a picture of one ram with its horn that grew back into its own head.
I've seen that.
and
they
it
kill themselves
unfortunately didn't
sometimes.
last. But that's pretty hardcore that can happen.
That's a bummer that they just exploit this poor deformed ram. It's horrible.
It's the same concept as a little sprout growing through a giant block of concrete.
We
Oh, I thought we were
about
talking
Grandma's
about the
dog
dog.
Sprout.
I was.
I fed the dog, both of them.
On that note, we've got a lot of people watching already.
Okay.
Let's
good.
go. What's
Fill
happening,
us in,
everyone?
Bess.
So
Who do
Carol
we
says
have?
hi from Sardia. Hannah says good evening, everyone from Sweden. Donna says, hey, everyone, Twinsburg here. Carrie says, happy Tuesday, GI friends.
Whoops,
Connecticut
sorry,
in the
Oliver.
house tonight. Hannah says, the sheep are so cute. Vicky says, hi from Seattle. Let's
Yes.
see here. Mary's checking in from Hudsonville. Kathleen's watching from Ontario. Donna says, we have several sheep and a ram. Very cool. Mary says, Oliver in shorts. What's the temperature in the work area today?
Hot.
Nice.
Feels
Nice.
good today,
The
everybody.
does
sun
feel good
was
today.
shining this morning. I had the first coffee of the year on the porch, and it was out of control. I was just sitting there smiling on the front porch. It was
Big
At
old
7 a.m.
smile.
Yeah, it was-
People probably thought you were some kind of weirdo.
something weird was going on.
Why
for
is
sure.
that guy smiling? That's weird.
Yeah.
Over on the YT side, Pam says, happy Tuesday. Not sure if I can watch the whole show tonight, but I'll finish tomorrow.
No problem, Pam.
If you guys are watching this on a replay, hello from, I guess, your past? Yes?
Something
Put
like
replay
that.
in the chat. Let us know that you're watching it because it helps boost the algorithm and it shows our video to more people. So if you're watching it as a replay, type it in.
I gotta say, that whole situation looks really good over there, Bess. And I can hear you so much better from the bench, being a
That's
little bit
good.
closer.
That's good.
So we shouldn't
I
be
do
talking
like
over
being
each other.
closer.
Yeah.
I also do have some fancy buttons where if everybody's still talking over me, I have a button where I can mute everybody except for me.
The ultra control button?
I sure do.
Power
so
tripper.
Be warned. Be warned. Susan says hi from Indiana. Frank says hi from Southern California.
Frank.
Mrs. Ox84 says, good evening, Glass Academy. Sunday says, hello, all. Jamie says, hello, everyone. We've got a lot of people here pretty early in the show tonight.
Let's go, everybody.
So one thing I haven't heard since the very beginning of the show when we were burning up those crazy flowers was that we're the gathering point, you
That's
guys. And if you're a new person who hasn't seen the show before, the gathering point, we've been doing this. This is our 307th show. We're about 20 minutes outside of Detroit City in Dearborn, and we're the Glass Academy. And we are the hottest show on the internet.
That's right, show 307, and this is going to be a beautiful show. We got a lot of good information about upcoming activities as well. And since we're not putting ears on this, it's going to be a ram. That face is sculpted, and let's get some horns on
What
this
color are you
thing.
going for the horns?
How do rams hear predators coming?
Through the tips of their horns is what I understand.
Really?
Yeah, they've got little microphones, little fuzzball
How do
microphones
they,
on there.
They plug in
So
at
they're like
night?
whiskers.
They recharge them
They
at night
recharge at night?
Yeah.
when they go back to the cave.
Oliver's going to go classic here. He's already in the tobacco. He read my mind. And that's just a beautiful, really horn-like color. It looks less glassy, and it has some really, like, prehistoric texture to it.
All rams are over 1,000 years old.
Yep.
They are?
That's just how old they are. Don't age shame them now. They're
Yeah.
proud of it.
Do ram horns fall off every year?
I think they do. Just like deer, I think.
I don't think
Well-
they do. Sorry, pal.
Yeah, I don't know. They wouldn't be
I don't think they do.
prehistoric if they fell off every
I
year.
don't think they do.
Listen, we are the gathering point, not
We blow glass, not
Nat
National
Geo.
Geographic. That's something for our members to do or our followers.
I'm
Let us know
only
in the chat. Do rams
only
lose their horns?
ever good for knowing like one thing about a lot of different things, and no more than that.
Nice bit, nice and hot. Stick it right where it belongs.
So we're going for the horn. One of the ram curly cues. Check this out. He's got a great technique of rolling this thing up. Oh, yeah. Don't
Spiky.
let it grow back into its own head.
I angled it away from the head. It's a long living.
We don't need
ram.
any skull problems.
No. This black is really soft compared to a lot of colors, so you can hear that that sheepy texture there. But it's very important to still not overheat and give myself too much time to work with this color, because it'll just get softer and softer.
Oh, they do not shed their horns.
Aha.
Right, they just only come off when they smash their heads together and one of them gets damaged, and then he's made fun of and he has to wander off into the mountains on his own.
Do you have
That's
a
how black
complex
sheep are
tonight?
born, actually.
Yeah.
What?
That scenario right there is how black sheep are born.
Yeah. They
Just
get all
tying it-
dirty and
Just
they're
tying it all together. They're rolling around the mud, upset.
yeah.
You ever get so mad that you just need to roll around in the mud?
That sounds like fun.
Look at that.
Super cute. You'll show us straight up?
Yes, I'll do it right now. This guy's just about complete, and I know we made that look quick, and there was a lot of activity
Any
during
upload
it, but
tests?
again, we spent a long time designing these and figuring it out, and there were many a sheep with a derpy set of horns.
Are you on
But now this guy's ready to handle some business.
streaming? Yeah.
Jake, make
What'd
a
you
wild
say?
face for the thumbnail.
Whoa. Yeah, oh, yeah, that was a real
That
natural
was
smile.
wild.
I never heard
So
back on the day that you
beautiful.
were in Vegas, Michelle. Was it nice having those like stills for thumbnails for the show?
It was.
Did you
Yeah,
have volume
yeah,
on to hear that
yeah.
that's what we were doing?
No, but Jake sent one to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
She must not have checked that show out. Yeah.
It was rolling. We just didn't have sound on because we were 3 hours different sitting in a lecture. So we both had our phones rolling on our desk. But there were subtitles, so we were listening.
I'm going to remove this RAM from its birthing connection, and I'll grab
yeah.
the stamp bit, and you stamp it.
You got
Do you
it.
think that nutrition went through the center of that punty into the
Yeah.
birthmark of that ram?
Without a doubt.
His belly button?
Without a doubt.
What do you
And
guys
this is some
do
serious
during the
finesse
day?
that Oliver and I had to get dialed in. The timing of this
There's a delay.
to get in here.
You want the granny grabbers or are you using the big ones?
I think the GGs do good.
Gone.
Right here.
Always. He's 2.
Excellente.
Remove the guardrails. Should we get a front side look at them if you flip them over?
Where are we going, Anil, or wise?
There you go,
Number
camera
four.
lady.
Go in number 4
Check
on
him
the
out.
right side.
got him,
I'll
we got
take
him.
that guy.
Why don't
That
you
guy's
take
for the
that?
members, folks.
Let's get him away.
Michelle said, hurry up.
And
That's
away
right.
he goes.
So don't joke. We,
We
want
don't
it
need
to
any
work
horns
out.
popping off.
No.
I want to know. Seriously, I want to know. What happens?
That, I would assume, would be Matt and Tabea today using the fluffer torch, blasting all the beautiful pumpkin stems that they
from
made.
across the road.
And they worked from about 7 to 4 today. Tabea's learning pumpkin stems, and you guys will learn her face and personality when the time is right.
Soon enough.
That's some pretty serious meltage.
Tabea
Well, that's
made
our
us a
beautiful
new
warmer-upper,
cord.
folks. I think we got something special coming up here next.
Okay.
I don't know what's special, but somebody does.
I do, but I'm holding the camera, so I can't show you.
Well, here, I can take the camera.
I got the camera,
You got
pal.
the camera, Chris.
So last week we talked about this agave plant that we saw in Las Vegas. I didn't like the spiral around it. It really has the color on the side. I'll pull up an image and we'll get that on the screen for you. So in the garage, if you want to look at the garage, I'll pull up the picture.
That's not a
Those-
garage for your brand new Polestar car either.
It is.
There's about 1,100 degrees in there.
Oh, yeah.
And all those agave plant petals are in there.
And Tobea sent me a picture. Oops, there we go.
Going in for it.
That's
So,
so cool
see
looking.
how the tips are darker? Matt made a couple during our open hours, happy hour, and open blowing last week. And this is experimental what we're going to put it together right now. And Chris, I have told him what the outcome is, but assembly is up to him because he's going to be the one putting it together. So he's got Jake and Oliver that can help and assist. The items are in the garage, and that's what's happening next.
All right, there you go. I'm going to start it up.
Okay, we have extras in the garage. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chris suggested that these long ones here that you're looking at right now, they're the longest ones, are going to be kind of tricky to put on. So I think they're going to start with the paddle and go for the smallest ones first because the long ones have a greater chance of cracking. So we'll start small. That will be on the center ring, and depending how it goes, determines how many we use.
So if you guys are new to the show, we highly encourage that you ask questions and participate in the chat. If you're watching after the fact, those people are going to thank the people right now that are asking questions and trying to learn the behind-the-scenes action of what we do. And we're going to talk about it as much as we can, but we don't know what you want to know exactly.
What do you want to know?
Tell us. Chris has got some molten magma. It's 2,100 degrees. And he put a coat of white and he put a coat of black, the salt and pepper mixture. And you notice how he retakes a heat every time he puts on a new coat of color because that's just raw material glass with metals and minerals added to it. That changes the color of glass. And so in order to mix that all together and make it happen, he's got to remelt that color into the surface, and then he can start to work with the core temperature that he has.
This is the glory hole, or the, whatchamacallit, the garage,
How often?
here in this new space.
Quite a bit.
Okay. It's a lot nicer.
It's the best. If you guys remember, and I'm sure I'd love to see in the comments how many people have been watching since we redesigned this area. We had the garage back in that corner with the small hole, and we moved around a ton of stuff in order to make space for this amazing drink ledge and the whole brand new addition of our event space.
I mean, all these tables up against this rail is brand new to everybody, right?
That's right,
That's
Facebook
new here
Marketplace, baby.
Now when you come and take a class, you're going to be like right here.
Or you come on a Thursday night and you just watch live glass blowing.
Could come on Thursday night and just check it out, see what the deal is. Love to have you. That's a good way if you want to talk to Jake, myself. We have the whole team there, so if you want to see Tabea, get your questions in early with Tabea, coming on Thursday.
That's right.
The whole time I was moving all those chairs around, I thought they were way too small. I'm like, you're going to be sitting so low, but then now they're the perfect height.
They are perfect. People even put their coats on them and they weren't dragging on the floor. We had this past Thursday, we had Max and Karen. Thank you, Bess. I don't know why I wasn't remembering that. A couple amazing subscribed Super Champion members, local members here, and they were kicking it with us, talking about last week's show where we did the AI
Oh, you know what?
representation
And I bet they're
pieces.
watching because Matt was making all those leaves while they were here.
That's right.
Oh, I bet they are watching right
Yeah.
now.
A little behind the scenes action. So what just happened there?
I just dusted the cracks with the black, so I'm bringing a little bit more black out into the inside. And what I'm doing right now is I'm making just a quick low bowl crack almost to hold this agave plant. And I want it to be kind of southwest looking, have a little bit of a cool texture to it. So I'm just gonna finish this guy up and then open it up and make a little, like I said, a low crack so I can add all these agave, what would you call them?
Leaves?
Leaves?
I'm thinking
Yes.
of like prawns, but like fawns or like frills. There's a word for that.
palm fronds.
Fronds. Yeah, they're like fronds, aren't they?
Could we pause 1 second? Bess, could you let our customers know that when the sheep goes live, how to access and where to find them on the website page?
As far as the table goes?
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
get
All
another
12
browser
of them
page
over there?
open.
Yeah, absolutely. So in 5 minutes at 6:30, our table is going to go live with all of our amazing one and done sheep we've worked on this week for you. Biggest suggestion is to have another browser page open. I am going to drop the link in the comments for you guys as well. But if you already are on the page where you're supposed to be, which is on our website, you're going to go to glassacademy.com. There, up at the top, there's a tab that says YouTube channel. So you are going to click on that, click on shop items featured on the show, and that's where you should be. You're not going to see the table right now, but you do see some other amazing items on there. And then come 6:30, if you refresh the page or click the link that I put in the chat, you guys will be able to see the table go live. For our Loyalty League members piece, that black ram that was made, that is live right now, and that's not going to be on the website, as you guys know, but that is going to be through the link that you were sent on your email. So the black ram is available just to our Loyalty League members, and then in 4 minutes, the whole table will go live.
And that is, well, just a final thought on that is that's 13 one-and-done sheep and ram. It's last year's creature. We did one more final run of them, and they're available tonight until they sell out, and then that's going to be that. We're going to move on to our turtles, which we'll show you a little bit later in the show.
And so why 13? Was there significance? Like,
Yeah, lucky number 13, Black Sheep Special. Take it away, Oliver.
Got 2 things I want to say real quick. One is a comment coming from Mary saying, Oliver, I bought a piece from you last week off the table.
Hello.
Blue back, clear top with a beautiful flower for a pendant. Is
Good.
that a glass flower? Question mark. And that is one of the biggest compliments you could give, Mary. Yes, that is a flower. I try to make them look semi-realistic. I'm trying to get the realism aspect in there. But yes, the entirety of that pendant is made out of glass. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much. And then real quick, I just got to out someone in the comments here on the Facebook side thing. So if you're on Facebook, get after this person. If you see Matthew Flores in the comments, just know that that's certified from the basement, Matt Hanna, letting Jake know that those are called fronds.
Yeah, he's just bringing in some of his deep Matt Hanna knowledge.
He's using an alias right now, so just make sure you give him lots of love in the comments.
Really cool pattern going on here.
So I'm going to take a clear hot bit drop from the bottom for a foot, and then you can just make a punny out of that, and I'll straighten that up with your paddle and Oliver's droppage.
Sweet.
And then we'll punny it up on there, open it up, fold the lip, bring it into a low bowl, start adding palm fronds or whatever you want to call them.
do we need
Franz.
a
Chris, can you
top?
give me an idea of how much glass you're expecting?
Golf ball size.
Golf ball size, okay.
Coming off the pipe. So
No.
2 gathers probably.
Here we got our nice wooden paddle, folks.
Yeah?
There it is.
Thank you for sharing.
That's that.
Here we have the peace sign.
Hey, there's another good one. So Oliver's dunking out of the clear furnace. This is where the teamwork really starts to happen in glass blowing. And you heard Chris explain the process, and it's actually going to be a 3-man process here just for the sake of us being on the live show and the sake of Chris having hands ready to move and ready to work in the exact moment that he needs them. In general, the more hands you have, the better and more efficient and crisper the product that you make will be.
Oliver, can I have a bigger punny for this since we're going to be putting a bunch of huge palm fronds on there?
You want it on a counterweight?
Yes, please.
Okay. I need an extra second just to get one warming up.
If you guys haven't already learned, I know we've got a lot of amateur glass blowers out there, and I'm sure some
Good.
well-trained glass blowers as well, but this is and we strive to be an educational show for everybody out there, whether you're just a hobbyist or whether you're just learning something cool and new you've never learned before, or you're trying to pump up your glass skills and learn something new. We love that this is a free option and an educational space for people to learn those kind of things, but we have just implemented a plan for 3 different courses that Michelle and I are going to put together over the next few months, and we're going to make available in many different forms to you all through our website. So stay tuned for that. I'm talking to you, Dave, and everybody else out there that really loves this beautiful art form and is attempting to do it themselves.
We'll let you know how to sign up to get on the wait list for those
That's right.
later in the show.
A lot of people seem to ask, it's always interesting what we don't pay attention to, and what people who have never seen glass blowing pay attention to. People ask every time we do a demonstration what that tool is. Do a happy hour. We did a big demonstration.
Named it after our cat.
Yeah, that's right. If you remember our sweet orange champion, you know, R.I.P. Sophietta. That is a tool for distributing air to a very pinpointed place. That's exactly what Chris was doing there. He was cooling down the piece in certain areas. There's also other functions for that tool, but that's just a little trying to foreshadow your question there.
Tonight's table is live at 6:30. I did just put the link in the chat for all of you. So if you're interested in one of those gorgeous one-and-done sheep, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm looking
Let me
forward to
know.
hand modeling those in a little bit.
Let me know who gets number 14, because that's the one I want.
That's the one you wanted to take home.
I could
The
have done
only
it.
ram on the table.
I know, we could have done it. It's like noodles. His horns are like noodles.
That's not very fierce.
I didn't say he had to be fierce. Why does he have to be fierce?
They're
Yes, it
like
doesn't.
super fierce noodles.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what they're on there for.
To be fierce?
Defense.
Defense.
And
And
power.
I think they have a big part in mating, too.
They look like
just
he
like
has the-
noodles.
You just got, sometimes you got to just ram horns with your mate, you know? You got to be like, listen, this is the way it is.
There you go, folks.
That's going to go over real well.
There you go, folks. Learning something new every day.
Uh-huh.
Let me get this tag.
The Loyalty League Ram has found its new home.
Oh, snap. Bye-bye, little ram. Coming up on 6:30, folks. You know where to go, glassacademy.com.
It's past 6:30.
And it's past 6:30. My watch is
6:31,
behind.
everyone. You know where you should
6:31. Let me
be.
Yeah.
adjust this thing.
Bess already mentioned that the show is live.
Well, I don't know where I was.
You're looking right at me, actually. I thought you were listening the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, sometimes that happens.
Jeez. So he's got it flipped around. That was the process that was just done there. And you heard him ask for a counterweight punty, which this is about twice the diameter of the punty which is just a solid rod that's holding the glass that Oliver was first bringing over. And it was a wise decision, a foreshadowing from Chris to think that having a little extra glass, a little extra heat and thickness in the pipe is going to allow him to not worry as much about that connection getting too cold, because this piece is going to have those 6 fronds added onto there, and that's a lot of extra action going on. It'll be a lengthier piece, and you don't want to worry about all that.
Exactly. I'm kind of thinking about how I want to add these pieces on, and I think one bit at a time is the way we're going to do it.
Okay.
Starting in the center with the smallest palm frond. So we're going to want to put the paddle in there, Oliver, in the garage and start heating it up. Get it over on the right side hot so we can add and get the small fork in there too. And we can add, we can lift, once that's heated up, we can lift the small palm frond onto it, and then you can move it over to the left side.
I did have this on the left side of the pipe warmer for a little bit.
I'm going to get into your question in a second on YT Sunday. He's got a great technical question, but I wanted to make the call as Oliver took up the responsibility the last couple of weeks. If you're watching the show right now at the beginning of this show, folks,
And a paddle.
send us a like,
Oh, yeah. Oliver.
write a comment, subscribe to the channel, put a little bit of content build up in there for us. If you're watching on YT, just hit the like button. If
And
you're
you know
watching on
what?
FB, send us an emoji.
You guys have been rocking it, because since you did that, we're at 4,500 subscribers
We hit 1 million views.
and 1 million views.
There we go.
Yes,
How
we
about
did.
some hearts in the
Okay.
chat, man? I love that.
Pretty cool. 307 2-hour shows later and 4 years of making content. It's all coming together.
1 million views. That's awesome.
Super cool. But here's Sunday's question. You always go in the
Hello.
let's see here.
Read it first, then say it.
Okay. There we go. You always start in the process of making things, but where does the initial starting glass come from before shaping the items? Like the beginning of the process.
We'll go get a sample and
Talking
show
about the molten honey?
Yeah. A donde la comenzar?
What? Are you
I
practicing?
didn't know
Are you
you
going to
spoke
Mexico?
Japanese, dude. That's awesome. Wow.
No, that was Ukrainian, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it starts at the furnace, and we got 2 of them over here.
I think it starts before that with the nuggets.
It definitely does start with the nuggets, and even before that, it starts with a lot more things to get to purchasing the nuggets for top dollar.
Yeah, it starts on a pallet.
Yeah, it starts at a pallet, and then it starts, anyway, let's
When are we
wrangle
going
it
to
in
show
here.
them where it really starts and
Your
have our beach
brain.
episode?
Oh,
Ooh.
when we get the turtles rolling.
You mean our Japan global tour
What?
episode?
Let's go to Japan. I'm all in.
The whole
Maybe when we hit like
team.
100 million views,
What if someone
we just
sponsored
gotta
us all
post
to go
up
to
in Japan.
Japan?
That would be ridiculous.
Okay, I'm going to run over to the table and show the beginning.
You're not running.
She ran. She's gone.
That was a promise I just heard. 100 million views, Bess, and we get to go to Japan.
Let's go, Oliver.
I'm going to hold Jake to that.
100 million views?
That's what you just said. 100 million views, we get to go to Japan.
I'm in.
Yeah. That's only 100 times what we have now, and it is an exponential curve. So if it does happen, how about this, though? If it happens within the next year, then it's 200 million views we have to get to.
That sounds like not what you originally said.
I think that's fair. It's just an asterisk.
How's that happen? Sharing?
Sharing and subscribing and talking and word
I
of
know
mouth.
that girl, Sharon.
Sharon, she's a champion. She's been around a long time.
Hannah has
Chris, I need a...
Hearing stuff like 2 minutes later.
Ha-
You're adding stuff to actually.
Hannah has a question, and Matt somewhat answered it in the chat. I don't know if you have anything to add after it. So she said, why do you want to cool down some areas? And Matt said in the chat, you want to use the Sophietta to cool down the connection point or
Yes.
other certain areas
Yep.
to keep the rigidity
Bring it over to
and
the left
structure, and the other areas will stay hot and malleable. Do you have anything else to add to that?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
lift
a
it
pretty
up with
darn
one
good
hand, push the
explanation. I
paddle
appreciate
underneath
that,
it.
Matt. It's completely circumstantial and depends on what you're working on and what you're doing. So I'll have to talk specifically to what he was doing. The foot was still hot. It was crystal clear. It came right from the furnace at 2,000 degrees. And if we were to take the punny and make that connection on a molten, still moving hot glass, that connection would be too strong. So he was very intentionally blowing on that to make sure it's a kind of fragile connection. He also blew onto the neck of the piece, right where he wanted to break it. So on the polar opposite, he was blowing on that connection to make sure that it was so cold that all he had to do was tap the pipe, and that would be the coldest, most delicate spot, and it would break right there. The other thing that we didn't answer is where the glass comes from, and
Oh, but
Michelle
I just
showed you
walked
the
over-
chunks.
yeah.
Then during the show here where we start, and the reason we don't show off the very, very instant moment is because the camera would explode if we tried to look into the furnace and capture that shot.
You know what? But Corning Museum of Glass, with all their millions of dollars, does have a
I forgot
camera
you
in
were here.
one of their furnaces. And so Corning Museum of Glass can show you many technical things we cannot.
Not really. I think that their camera from behind the hole is just an alternate view of perspective, and I think that they do an amazing job, but I think we also show
No,
everything
I just
and
meant
more.
the furnace, the melt.
I mean,
That
that
they
just
show.
happens to be too much money.
Yeah. But basically, there's a giant pot. It's 200 pounds, and it's a giant clay crucible inside here.
All right, Ollie,
and
you're
that
up with
sits
that. Go
between
high.
2,000 and 2,100 degrees, 365 days a year.
I'm gonna have you flash it when
And
you
that's
go out.
putting
You're
out
gonna
a
go
lot
into
of
the
heat
glory
right
hole with
now.
it.
Michelle's
All right.
feeling that heat, so am I.
No, I can't do anything until I get Jake's attention. You ready? We're gonna be doing stick-em bits now. We're gonna
Okay.
put a hot stick-em bit on, and then Oliver's gonna flash it and bring it to me. I got enough heat in my unit here, Oliver, of this bowl.
That's a
In
great
my
term,
unit.
the unit.
So you go ahead and I'll tell you when I want you to flash it, but just stay up high, real hot up there. You're gonna have a minute because I want to be torching this guy, okay?
Oliver's just roasting his pinky finger right now.
And what about that? What about that grabber unit? Can I use that thing?
For sure. The claw or the flat one?
The claw, and you can heat it up. You can heat it up with the bit when you bring it over up on the moil, okay?
All right,
And the bit's gonna need to probably be twice the size of that bit you just gathered for me.
got it. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Oliver, you can go into the glory hole.
How's that?
Beautiful. Lift. All right,
Beautiful.
Oliver, when you're done flashing that, come on over.
Preheating.
It cracked? Well, heat it up. We're going to stick it on anyways, unless it's falling apart.
No, let's try it because the thing is, the
That's
reason
looking
this
better.
is still somewhat experimental is we want to see. We got to practice. The only way you learn how to ride a bike is getting on it and practicing.
That's a crack that can be sealed.
Yeah, it might seal while we're working.
All
So
right, get
we'll
the other
keep
one over
going.
and get her nice and hot.
And so that tells us a few things. The garage could be hotter. We could move the things over sooner. Like when things happen, you just figure out the next step. That's all.
So that was molten glass a second ago, and just me standing there looking at that, walking back over, grabbing the shears, this is completely solid and breaking off the pipe. That's how quickly the glass cools down.
So now Chris
Tell me
has
when.
a challenge.
He's got a little time to heat up his piece.
So he can use the torch here, but watch the different colors in the glass. You're going to be able to tell where the heat is. Those tips are going to heat up way faster. And the challenge is keeping the punny hot, the bits on the inside, matching the temperatures of the molten hot glass from Jake, the cooler glass from Oliver, and the middle temperature of Chris. So never a dull moment here in the gathering point. It's a
Looks
matter
like
of
our sheep are departing from their homeland table. We got Sarah over there grabbing them and sending them to their new home.
I know it's kind of tough when we do something new and exciting right in the middle of you wanting to buy a sheep. But sometimes that's the way it is.
And these products will stay up typically for a week until next week's show. And I wouldn't expect that many of these sheep will be up by next
You think you're ready
Tuesday.
to
But
go?
if you are watching after the fact and you are curious, I highly suggest
Ollie?
going to the website,
Think you're
checking
ready?
out the Gathering Point page. And you can also see a lot of products
go
from
right
previous
up to the
shows
ceiling, as high as you can
available
go,
and
touching
rephotographed
that
and
thing.
made available
Yep.
online
And just stay there.
that you could purchase as well. Those are all one and done, signed with the show number. Most of them are. Some of them were from the experimental show. Some of them were from various different places.
All right, we're going to be going. I'm going to take one flash, Oliver, and then I'll have you do it.
All right, I have a question. Hot in from the tech table. Roland, we've got one set of mics. What we're curious is if they're going to be
Okay.
able to function by
Jake.
the furnace. But that little black dot you see on Chris's shirt, that's a new wireless mic. It's a new technique we're trying. If you guys think his sound is really clear, let us know in the chat
Flip.
because it helps us to know the new tech is working.
Ring that bell. We need the good mojo. From
Matt, I'm
Matt.
gonna ring that bell for you.
Take one more flash real quick.
Matt has an obsession with the bell.
Well,
I
I've
love
also
that
learned
bell.
that not only does Matt have an obsession, Oliver has a,
Okay.
you know, whatever you
the
call
opposite
it.
of an
Where's my- hey,
obsession.
The opposite of an obsession.
Tabea says, while watching this piece come together is amazing. I love that it is so different from what most of what we normally get to see.
And Tobea, thank you for your picture. I think you might have noticed that I showed everyone on the camera.
And Tabea, thank you for this amazing brand new gnat, which is the past tense of knitted, sweet bell ringing device.
Did she make that?
Yes, she did.
Nice.
And Tabea, thank you for working with Matt making these leaves. What are you gonna? What are
Oliver,
you
is your mic on?
Is my mic off? Yeah. Thank you
He was
for hitting
focusing.
that like button.
All right.
But now back to the action.
Oliver, I'm impressed by how white you've kept that shirt over like 2 years.
That
I
was pretty
agree.
good.
I never bought one.
I
never got one.
have a lot of respect for a white T-shirt and a black T-shirt, and any other color just gets the business in my life.
I'm not good at white shirts.
It's tough. I don't have any white. I guess I have a few white shirts actually, but it's for special occasions.
Yeah, like they're my like nice work shirts.
Yeah.
But I can't do white
Can't do it.
t-shirts.
Blow glass on a white shirt?
Probably
I don't think
not.
so. This is cool looking.
Did you have doubts?
Matt, on the other hand, now that's a white shirt champion.
Matt says Oliver has disdain for the bell.
Disdain, yes.
It's a strong word.
And Tobias says it's crocheted. It's not gnat.
Well, now we're all on the same page about everything, so.
Everyone in the hot shop is either on the show or watching the show. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, does Chris
Go high as you
P-
can.
Not Chris P. Chris Dolmas?
Demas.
Demas? Does he watch?
I'm not sure. I think he's a really busy man.
There's always the replay. You know, while you're watching kitchen dishes or folding laundry, sometimes it's nice to have a show on.
So Chris is doing really deep heats here because of exactly what we were talking about with the punty. He's got a little bit of red glow back on the pipe here. The trick is the longer and skinnier and taller these get, the longer he's in the hole trying to get heat on the backside. Those tips of the prawns, the fronds,
You ready, Ollie?
are getting hotter and hotter, and they'll
stick
start
my
getting
bit on.
thicker
I was
and
gonna do
thicker.
You
one
can
of a
probably
sheep.
stay up for a minute, and I'll tell you when to go in. All right, go for it.
This timing's really important.
Just because I
You ready for me?
Yes. Probably just a little smaller.
A little smaller?
Yeah.
says my 8-year-old says ring the bell, and my 6-year-old is chanting don't ring the bell, it's annoying. So we've got a split household
Wow.
here too.
Well, I hate to say this, I love the bell.
I do
Okay.
too, and so does Matt.
Get away.
Very
Look
specific
at how goopy
direction.
and hot that glass is. It is so fun.
Well, I mean, I couldn't get my hand in there because you were just holding it there for me. All right, Ollie, bring it.
When the glass is that hot and molten and soft and squishy, and you can
Set it
just
down.
push it around, it's so good.
Had to break it loose there from the paddle. Still had just enough heat in there to get that to stick.
Do I need to get a little bit of time on this paddle for the next one?
Just let it
Yeah,
cool off for
the
sure.
paddle heats up
That
because
is a
it's
cool
thin.
piece.
Oh, and just like that, AI inspired.
That's right.
To follow up on Michelle's question, if you guys can put in the chat, because I know you guys are saying Chris sounds good. Does Chris sound better than the rest of us, or does Chris sound the same as the rest of us, but still also good? Put it in the chat. Let us know.
Just listen to me right now, folks. How do I sound?
You sound good.
All right, so we like to do odd numbers. They've got 3 in there. The goal would be either keep it at 3 or go to 5. What are your thoughts? What should we do?
$14 is gone, ladies and gentlemen. A local champion. I don't actually know if she's local, but she is a super supporter, certified super supporter. That's a triple S.
You can just go over to the right a little bit in the center of that dome and go up in the air, and that way you won't heat the paddle up in the flame, Oliver.
Okay.
I'm going to bring over number 6 here to show off what we were talking about
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
we didn't
no-legged seated sheep. And this is another black one. Look at the eyes. Oliver did an amazing job dropping these on here. Totally Wallace and Gromit style.
Sean the sheep.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying that's what the sheep is named.
Little tail. Really cool. Look at those flappy ears. I prefer, in my opinion, the squatty ones that are sitting down. It's just so adorable and sheep-like. And then the
You can put them on a shelf and they'll be looking at you like eye level.
yeah, and the white ones have black hooves on the bottom. We bought felt pads specific for this product. But again, those are posted on the website. Pictures individually of each of them. You can check them out.
All right, let's put that sticking bit on.
All right.
Ollie, you can come on over.
Looks like chewing gum texture when it's so hot.
Wow.
That one exploded.
All right, let's do
That
another
was
one.
wild.
All right.
Is your mic on for that?
That's because that one had a closed end on it, so it was hollow with no opening in the end, and you can't do that with that kind of stuff in the garage.
So that's all that was an exploding, probably 1500 degree frond. It's all over the floor.
At least it didn't go all over Oliver's legs.
It's in my hair.
Yeah. And that's what happens.
I would have been thinking I should have done some push-ups leading up to the show.
Why?
Just a little bit of an upper body workout, just holding this up here.
Got it.
You ever held your hand up to be called on by the teacher, and the teacher just doesn't call on you,
Yeah.
and then you have to switch arms?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you're holding up both arms.
And your fingers are getting burned.
Let's
Yeah.
slow it down. Let me see the end of that one. All right, that looks good.
I've
could
never
swap with
held
you
my
for the last
hand
two
up.
It's got
want.
an open end on it now.
I'm not that adventurous school kid that raised my hand.
No,
I
you
was a
weren't,
hand
Michelle?
raiser. I was a
I was
loudspeaker.
too. If you waited until my right hand got tired, guess what? I got a left arm. It's going up right after. I'm gonna be heard.
Oliver's perfect for the live show, folks. So the other thing, and Chris was really planning this out well, is that he made this bowl much thicker than I would say a typical candy dish would be. And it's not overly thick. He's not trying to make you get an arm workout by lifting this thing up and down like Oliver's getting. But he did that because if he were to heat this up, the amount of heat that he's doing right now to keep everything hot, keep the foot and the connection on the bottom at the appropriate temperature, that bowl would start to ovalize and start to move in different directions, especially because of the difference in weight. Having two of these on one side and one right in the middle, it would totally unsphericize
Golly?
that bowl. So it was really
I
wise.
think we're
going to
be
do that.
good.
And
So
he
I'm going to come
folded
out
the
and you
lip,
can go in and
doubled the thickness
I
on
would
the
kind of
lip.
try to go in, get it into the story a little quickly, the whole thing.
So it works good.
Tip it. Jake, go ahead and bring me a bit fairly quickly. Yeah, get her all
Notice
in.
what I just did. Chris was talking over Jake, and I have magical buttons, and I muted Chris so you guys could hear Jake. So let me know if that worked out for you.
That's why we got these new mics and the new soundboard. So thank you, Roland, for bringing us
Oh, stay
to
right
the
there.
technical age
Finesse.
where we can get the best sound. So when we make the short clips for the show,
All right, Oliver.
it will all make sense.
It's great. I have two different types.
Look at that one. Sorry,
Yes,
Beth.
she got
That's
it.
all
eh?
right.
I
Hold
can't.
on.
That
Don't
one's
move.
ready to
Stay
go.
right there. Stay there. Push it
I
out
guess
this way
the
more.
long
Right
ones
there.
didn't work so well.
That's so funny.
It's like a tongue.
Oh my god.
And that's just
It's organic.
okay.
Nice move.
Stay. You're plenty hot.
I'm so focused on
all the power.
my biggest fear here is that I look away at the piece for 2 seconds and I lose the piece because there's nothing besides me just balancing this
And
that's
it's
keeping
just
it on.
gone. Oh.
But I'm also not crouched down looking at it like I should.
You're good.
Nice.
Whoa, now the
Oh,
challenge.
snap.
It's easy to bring it back to form. So that little bend at the end wasn't a big deal. Chris will be able to manipulate it back into a good shape. And then we've got one more jumbo coming.
This piece is going to be for sale, folks. We made multiple sheep, and we definitely made them on the smaller side and available to everyone who wants one. This piece is, as you can see, a three-man process, and it's got some pretty unique, I'd say never been done on our show before like this, mojo
Three-man
to it.
process right now, not counting the fact that this was Michelle's idea
And
From
Tabea
last week's
and-
show.
from last
Yeah.
week, and Matt and Tabea were the ones who helped make all these fronds.
Yeah, they spent
So
like
this is
almost
a
2 hours on it.
six-man.
This is a super GA collab piece.
I kind of like that one got a lot longer than the other ones
Yeah.
because it reminds me of my snake plant at home. I have one
Oh,
leaf
you're
that's just
right.
gone off the rails.
I love a snake
It is
plant.
like a snake plant.
One thing I will mention to you guys as you're watching for my members, that is whether you are Loyalty League or Star Supporter. Lizzie sent out this week a survey to you all. It's called, I believe, Visionary Voices. Is that correct, Michelle? Okay, perfect. So it's called the Visionary Voices Survey. It is open for 1 week, but it's a really quick 2-minute survey, just a few questions in there, just so we can kind of get some feedback from you guys on a couple topics. So if you check your email for us and fill that out, we would super appreciate it. And like I said, that is both our Loyalty
not gonna
League
need
and
that
our
one.
Star Supporters.
Shouts out to our members always. And speaking of
Got
our
nowhere to
members,
put
we've
it.
got Carol
It's all
here, the
opening.
Canadian. She's a super champion member, certified. And she just mentioned she's working on her 38th knitted hat for the homeless.
Very cool.
That's
Who is
pretty
that?
baller. That's Carol.
Carol, that's awesome. Shout out to you.
If anybody else does something like that, we'd love to hear it. That's just cool mojo right there.
I haven't even got a chance to really look at this guy. This guy's awesome.
Freaking cool.
Chris was up for the challenge. We were eating dinner, and it was like, oh, by the way, you're going to be putting together something on the
Surprise.
show.
Sunday's wondering if everyone here at the Glass Academy has their favorite item to make, or is it just
Random.
whatever strikes the creative fancy at the moment? That is a different question for everyone that you ask. I think that we all certainly have our own favorite products to make, or favorite style of product, for example, drinkware, something functional, proportionate, and challenging.
But I will back this up by saying we are a business, and what we make has to sell or the doors would close, right?
That's right.
So we have to make profitable items that people buy and purchase, so we can put on these live shows for you.
I remember back in 2021, and let me know if there's anyone in the chat that remembers when this went down. I had designed a sprout, a little small sprout that was a glass, kind of like a little pointy glass clear drip, and then on the top it had 2 cute little green sprout leaves coming off of it. And the idea was that they were pretty small. I think they were like 28 or 38 bucks. And they would go into your plant pot at home and just add a little glassy extra greenery and mojo to it. And those were completely designed and put up in 4 different sizes and shapes. And here's Bess has one right here from out the plant. Nice move, Bess.
It's a spring sprout.
And I thought they were just adorable.
cute.
We even
Love
did it
them.
on the show. We made a jumbo one.
It's actually funny. I saw that in that plant the other day. That's why I remembered, because all of the other leaves are maybe not doing so great in that pot. And I was like, oh,
That
look at
one
that
was
cute little
strong.
plant. And then I was like, oh, that's glass.
For anyone who's not good with plants, it was perfect. And then we ended up selling like 0 of them. So we
Real
didn't make
quick,
any more.
we're streaming right now. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. If you're watching right now, we're either on your phone, on your TV, and we're in your home and or kitchen maybe. But I just found out from Bess that we are also being watched at Dearborn Brewery right now. We are on the TVs there, so shout out to that whole entire crew.
Represent. That's a nice local amazing champion brewery right down the street from us in Dearborn, Michigan. We're going to be serving their products here in our event space. And we've already had a meeting with the owners, John and Sheila, and we're really looking forward to getting those guys involved in what we're doing, just like we've been involved in what they're doing, serving up their amazing beers and seltzers.
So there's one more leaf on the paddle. I noticed Chris just did stamp it. So
We
he's
got no
thinking
more
ahead.
room for another leaf in there, so we're sticking with 4.
Nice.
I stamped it, and it's looking pretty darn good.
I love this shorter side with the kind of back wall, 3 bigger ones.
Yeah.
It looks super well balanced.
A couple people have mentioned right now it looks like a mini fire pit because the leaves are still
that's
glowing
so
orange.
true.
Totally.
With a ton of green fire coming out of it, yeah.
Well, when it's cool, it's not going to look like
This
a
will be
fire
if you
pit.
guys just showed up to the show. This is the green we're using here. It's a bright granny green. And it's got darker purple bands on either side of it.
Is the pot reduction color? What
Nope.
color is the...
The pot's encased. I think it's white
And
black with a little bit of tobacco. I think that looks amazing. And that's another one for our amazing shipping queen over
Oh,
in,
God, Robin,
you
are
know, a
you
good
watching the
15% of this large building is Robin's domain, and she did an incredible job shipping the AI flower with some delicate parts on it last week. And it looks like if this one doesn't sell to somebody that's not local, This is going to be another one of those super hitters.
We're taking it away on
Yeah,
some
I'll
gloves.
lay it over
Loving
there
it
maybe, and we'll burn
away.
the bottom.
You want to lay it there?
Yeah.
I think I could grab it with the claw like that.
You want to grab it with the
No,
claw
I
and
don't
not
know.
glove
No?
it?
I don't think so.
All right, you got it, Oliver, with the new gloves.
I thought they
No
looked new.
Christening the new
pressure.
gloves.
Can I use the new gloves?
I'll take the pipe away from you. You can grab the torch.
I don't know.
I think you should just break it off in his gloves.
Oh, you guys are getting crazy with it. Okay.
I'll get the door. We're going on the right side.
Right
ready
side
when
bottom.
you are, Ollie.
Let's get this in safe and sound. Start to see some green coming out of the tips here.
It's all yours, baby.
Yep. Just
Kind of juggle her a little bit if you can, so you're not giving her the manhandler. Look at him go, folks, in those shorts. Lucky he wore his running shorts.
Matt said it's actually 2 layers of granny and 1 layer of lemon yellow.
Ooh, mic's on.
Oh, for the green.
Nice.
I thought it was purple on the edges.
Facts from the basement. I like it.
Yes.
That should be like the saying. Facts from the basement.
We're
Well,
gonna
that
try
turned
to.
out pretty cool.
It did.
You want to do a little housekeeping?
That's what I was gonna say. We're gonna try to break up our housekeeping a little bit. Chris, would you like to show this off?
I was going to show off the on-air sign, but because I was talking,
Here,
'cause it
we've got
wasn't
an
on.
on-air sign.
But this, guys, just so you know, pretty good housekeeping. This is our Michigan liquor license right there with Michelle and my signature on it. And we finally got it and printed it up. We took it off the wall in the bar, so we are completely 100% legit. The Michigan room is an amazing...
Wait a second.
Yep.
It expires April 30th.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
Because every liquor license expires on the 30th and you renew it. So we're in renewing mode. But
Bar is only gonna be open for 1 month, Michelle.
What?
Yeah,
No,
that's
wait a
it.
second. Tell me we did not do all that for 1 month.
no, every year you have to renew your liquor license. So,
What?
but it is pretty amazing. But that piece was pretty amazing, you guys.
Absolutely.
So we're going for some technical information here. The on-air is on, so that
It
means
is.
that Bess is the talker.
I've got one more thing to mention to you guys before I let them hop into the next piece. We got a thank you note. First and foremost, thank you for your thank yous. We really like hearing from you guys. Obviously, we get to talk to you in the comments every day. Not every day, every Tuesday. But we love to get notes from you guys, see your writing. It kind of is a little more real to us than just typing in the comments. So I'm going to read this one. It says, to the Glass Academy staff, thank you for our second unique orange triangle. That was one of the Marini's that was sent out, right? So it says, I see a necklace in my head, one of a kind. They are so unique and the colors are fabulous. I leave them out in plain sight near my green vase and heart. I appreciate your talent and especially Jake always recognizing Megan, and my green vase never leaves the mantle. From Ann Romer. Bless you guys.
Yeah, these guys, this family are
Mike.
super. I think I turned it back on.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
Thank you.
Yep.
Super champions of the Glass Academy. We see them around, they comment on the show, and it's just really amazing having people that it's more than just buying products and financially supporting what we do and allowing us to do these shows and all like this. It's just their social media presence, sending cards like this, boost morale of the whole team and us, and it's just incredible. They're amazing people, and thank
Absolutely.
you for the card.
They come by the gallery, they're local, but they come by the gallery often and they say, oh, well, we're going to a birthday party. What do you guys have for this? This is our idea. So we appreciate you guys always thinking of us first for gifts. But yeah, send us your thank you notes or send us, we love seeing your Christmas cards. Just love getting little notes from you guys.
And we love candy.
Michelle loves candy. Our giveaway question for this week. Shout out again to Sarah for a pretty creative
Oh my God,
board.
it's
I
so
am
cute.
loving these. This reminds me of one of those sandwiches from Scooby-Doo where they just stacked everything up, kind of cartoonish.
And I love the pickle.
Yes. So our question is, what viral food trend have you tried? Or is there something that's maybe trendy but just new to you? You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Make sure you put your name in the email so we know who you are, so we can read off your name if you win. So this is our giveaway piece for this week. It is a beautiful little vase with a glass flower in it.
And room to put, see how there's a
Oh
hole
yeah,
there?
look at that. You could put some
You
other
could
things
put some
behind
real
it.
flowers around it.
Very cool.
And Bess will announce that winner later tonight.
Yes, I will.
Because we want to keep you to the end of the show.
So I know we're still brainstorming a little bit. I believe we are switching back into sheep is the plan. So we're going to have some really fun one and done sheep. If you haven't already, take a look at the table. We've got some amazing one and done sheep pre-made for you, ready to go there as well. And I know a couple of them have sold, but we've still got a few left. And then Jake, what are we doing next?
We're going to be making a specialized sheep, which Chris is going to be making a surprise that he's starting
boy.
up on right now to get on top of the sheep, actually riding the sheep. And we've never, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, ever put something on top of an actual glass sheep over the past year that they've been around. If we have, let us know in the chat. But Chris is going to take this product, shrink it, stylize it. We'll hold it in the garage, just like we were with those fronds. And then I'll make the sheep, and then we'll combine to put them together as a super, ultra, one-of-a-kind creative item.
Floating around, I am going to try to get a reel of this. So you can see a close-up view of this later on this week on our social media.
And if you are in the Loyalty League, remember there's a private Facebook page. I did a sheep posting on Sunday, but Bess is taking over. She's going to give you behind the scenes and fun stuff from her perspective, which is always different than mine.
All right. Want a little black belt for this guy?
Yep.
All right, I'll get started on that.
I think so.
And are you going?
My mic on rolling?
You're on. What would you like to say?
Well, I'm just when someone turns your mic off, you want to make sure they turn it on, because I can't do it myself.
Oh, you know what? We could probably tell by your glowing green light.
So that looks to be black
Nope, that's tobacco.
tobacco.
And that's
Tobacco,
the body
black,
of
you
this
know.
guy.
Yep, sounds good. Looks like Oliver's going for some black here.
I've never made a gnome before, so
You've helped make a gnome once.
never.
You've put some schnoz applications on before.
I do know what a gnome looks like.
Okay, if you did not get the survey and you're a Loyalty League member, I will make a note of that. Check your spam.
The belt's kind of down there,
It's
right?
coming from
It's right on the bottom.
the ClickFunnels account, so
Okay.
it's a different email. Check your spam. And it might have been a Google survey, now that I say that. These tech things, I just can't keep them straight.
Very nice. And then I'm starting to grab the beard.
In the gallery, we have our display elves rocking it out. We change out the displays, like after Valentine's Day, we need to
That's
change out the
super
displays. They're getting ready for spring. It got warm here in Michigan, so everyone's excited with the warmer weather. Heather was decorated. She wore Easter item clothing today. We are all
Easter
inspired
item clothing.
by the warm weather. So the guys, they're putting together 2 new displays based on some spring themes. So anytime you come to the Glass Academy, there's always something happening, always display changes to see, new ideas. Maria did an amazing job with some new picture frames and some ideas she saw that really highlight the product.
Keeps
And the
things
cool
fresh
thing-
around here.
She does. I was going to say, the cool thing about it is it gives you ideas of how to display the things in your home. Like some things are tabletop items, but others you want to like make a scene or, you know, like not an altar. What is the word I'm looking for? Like a meditation area. You might want to have something there.
I do want to mention that the cactus bowl is now available. I put the link in the comments on both Facebook and YouTube, but if you're interested in
Get it
that,
hotter.
it is available.
Okay. Robin, is Robin watching? I haven't seen her comments.
I haven't seen Robin.
She doesn't know what's coming.
Yeah, pretty much cover up that
You cover up pretty much like the front.
belt buckle, so.
As you guys watch this beard get applied, I'd like to ring this bell and remind you to like and subscribe to our channels, folks. This is what it's all about. Glass educational super content. Swirling up the beard real good.
It's like marshmallow fluff.
It cools down so fast, especially on mini scale. It's not an easy task to do. But here,
What? Are we getting distracted?
I'd like to just show off. We're
What?
getting closer to our final styles of these turtles, folks. And I'd love to get a suggestion if this is texture number 1, this is smooth and spotty number 2, and this is smooth but with rivage number 3.
Is that my nose? Or?
What would you prefer
Nope. What is that for?
for the shell?
More beard?
1,
I
2,
think I
or
got
3?
plenty.
Market
Looking pretty
research, folks. We're going to do a final run, and then we're going to have pre-sales coming out on March
Tobacco
4th.
nose.
So left to right.
Probably like that big.
One,
Number 1.
2, 3.
That's
I
right.
think
Just like
2
we
is
see it
still
from the
my
backside.
favorite.
Get a little more angle of the shell there. 2 is your favorite, Bess?
2 is still my favorite. I do like number 1, but 2 is still my favorite. Minus the eyes. I don't like his eyes.
Agreed. Agreed.
Comment.
Nice.
We got a comment that says 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
LOL.
yeah. Helping
Number
us
3,
narrow it
that's your
down.
guess,
We
Roland, your
appreciate
pick?
that.
No, I like number 3 personally. Well, let's see. We got coming in hot the comments, and we're looking for more of them. Keep them coming, folks. We got Sharon's smooth and spotty. Sharon, we hollered at you earlier in the show.
Did you hear us?
Carrie, number 2. Robin, number 2. Max, number 2. Linda, number 2. Carol, number 2. Dave, Susan, Jody, number 2.
I think we see a pattern here.
Holy son of a gun.
Which
Wendy,
one's
number
number
2.
Middle. And
Oh
the
my
thing is, we're going to
goodness.
make multiples, so like even if you liked number 3, there will be some options of those. But thank you for giving us that quick feedback.
There's
So we
Hannah,
know.
number 3, baby.
Can I hand you this one?
A lot of love for number 2. Maybe that's just because everyone loves Austin Powers so much.
All right, how about some
Gold
black
member.
legs?
Number 2.
Black legs, okay.
No, we're not
What?
going to put a hat on it now. Yeah, like that.
Oh, hats going on at the end.
Yeah, or how about tobacco legs with black shoes?
So he's got a big old schnoz on there. Droopy old school beard. And he's sculpting the schnoz in this moment, as you see.
Tobacco legs, black. Okay, you're gonna have to talk me through this one a little bit more, Chris. I haven't done legs on these.
Ooh, a couple nostrils. This thing's gonna be really riding this sheep.
The Duke. Yeah, just putting 2 little legs and then just do a good coating of tobacco, and then we'll add 2 black boots on, and that'll be it.
That clarified for you?
Made it crystal clear. Couldn't.
It's just the way it goes, Oliver.
You see how he looked at me? He was like, "Haven't you ever heard of legs?"
That's incredible.
I said, bring me a couple legs. He just looked at me real stare, and I'm like, you know.
Legs.
Legs.
Duh.
Oh, man. I don't know why, but I always feel like I can talk a lot quieter when I'm holding the camera. What's
You're
your
not
question?
yelling at everybody that's in the camera.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
what
like
it
I
feels
gotta
like.
talk loud to get over to the camera.
I know.
You don't have to talk loud.
Your
Here
mic
comes
is
leg
clipped
number
right
1.
on you.
And these are sheep riding legs. You know, the muscles are popping because it's squeezing the top of the sheep with so much.
Yes, everyone. Look
Intensity.
closely at all that muscle definition.
Yeah. Holy bless you.
Thanks. I tried to hold it and it didn't work.
Why do people try to hold in sneezes?
I don't know that I don't know that I've ever seen, so I can't say I don't love, but I've never seen a gnome with legs. So I don't know how I feel about this
'cause
yet.
they're usually like under
You
their
never
sitting
seen a
on the
gnome?
ground.
You never seen a gnome standing around?
Not yet.
Just
Well, these are going around sheep, right? So they got to be spread out.
Here's another up close look for the people that were asking for the up close special. That is not, in fact, sparkle glass, but it is a metallic color reactionary super situation.
You know, I think we could have a show one time. You know how, like, if you're a kid or something and the swear words, you have to put money in the swear bucket.
Yeah.
If we had a show where you couldn't say super or champion, do you think
Doesn't
you
sound very fun. Kind of sounds like a bummer. But the people could tally it if they want.
Oh gosh,
we take away Jake Super and Champion, and he just starts cussing on the show a whole bunch. We go right from kid-friendly to not.
All right, couple black boots.
Yep.
just black boots?
So
Robin
again,
says the spots remind her of Petoskey stones.
Yeah, totally.
It's true.
It's got a really prehistoric old look to it. They're going to be for pre-sales on Tuesday the 4th, March
Next
4th's Gathering
week.
Point show. We're going to have some incredible drinkware on that show, as well as we're going to design 3 different styles, similar to the way we did Gnome release, similar to the way we did our Snail release, Slug release. You guys will pre-order, if you like, one of the 3 styles. It'll probably be based around shell color. And that way we'll have an idea of how many to make. We'll know what the most popular styles are, like I've just asked you here. And then we can really perform when it comes time to pick out your actual turtle. And if you're a subscribed member, you're going to get first access, first pick at the turtles that you've purchased. And you could choose them as a local pickup, or you choose them to be shipped. We will, for all the shipping ones, we'll have them individually photoshot, and you will take your code and go, and it'll take the price down to 0 when you purchase up first on a hidden page on the website. As a member, that's a perk for you. Everybody else, it'll be available on the following Gathering Point show, and it'll be available that weekend, the 22nd. It'll be 2 weeks
Keep
of
that up.
pre-sales. On the 22nd and 23rd is our Bloom and Blossom signature spring show, and we'll be releasing our creature. Actually, right now, I see Maria and Sarah over here working on an amazing aquatic table display for all those incredible sea turtles. Ready for the next one? There it is.
Yeah, we Maria brought us this blue fabric out of the blue,
Yeah.
and it's perfect for looking like ocean. And then we got our bag of play sand, and you know.
I'm gonna take a
Why
flash,
not have
Allie,
fun?
real quick.
So after doing this for 4 years now, I think we really have a system set up in place that caters to both the people that can't come visit us and the locals,
move
and
on
really
this one
allows
already.
for everyone to get a little piece of the pie, even if it is turtle pie.
I don't know how I feel about turtle pie.
You know what?
I don't
Turtle
either.
soup is a thing, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't even know if we should be talking about that.
But I mean,
We could
you
get
know,
banned on Facebook or something. The turtle soup.
You only know about these things when you go on cruises. So this is his boot,
He's got a little pointy boot.
because he's an elf
Yep.
or a gnome / elf.
Oh,
Ready?
yeah. Look at these guys.
We're just doing it.
Annette, welcome back. Took a little vacation. Back home. Back into the regular rhythm of kicking it with us on Tuesday night. Love to hear it. She also likes number 2 minus the eyes. You know, we had to experiment a little bit, and we did put those eyes on there, and we did decide to not put eyes on them like that again.
You know, it's like those Amish dolls. It makes it a little stylized, not so cutesy or, yeah.
So he's got those legs really spread out wide, and I think that's intentionally so that we can get it around the sheep and then heat them up a hair more and bend them to land the curvature of the sheep's tufted back.
Now, do you want spurs for those boots?
We could probably put some spurs on it.
You know why he's good at making boots? Because he did the boot toss for the fin camp, and he had to make a
Really?
glass boot.
That's right. That's right. That was
so he
cool.
has studied the platform of the
I
glass
know
boot.
about the glass boot from that one movie.
That's where I know about a glass boot
What?
from.
Those boots are
Oh my
hard.
God. Yes, something's up with your
So
hand.
he's going to be wrapping. So you were exactly
Love
right.
that.
I made them
I just
wide
think
so
it's
that
so
you
funny.
could, when we
Oh my
could have
God,
put them
you're
on, we'll get them
big.
hot, put them on, and then you could pinch them down around so it looks like he's giving the.
Yeah.
All right, so now look at that guy. It really looks kind of like a half a gnome with no hat.
It does. It really does.
That's
So why does
something.
he have no hat?
Because we're going to put them on the sheep first,
then
and then
put
we're
his
going to
hat
put the
on.
hat
I'll get
on.
started on the sheep.
Jake, hear me out. Since this is going to be hot assembled, if you made the sheep and you super made it thin, it'd be like the gnome is like giving it the leg squeeze.
I could give it a little couple indents on the side.
Yeah,
so it's bulging the body of the
Exactly. So it's really holding on. He's riding it Bronco.
This is gonna have to be a wide sheep.
sheep. Oh boy, here
We
we
can
go.
heat those legs up in-
This is wider than the sheep because
It's
they
put
have
on
to
top
be
of it.
wider so you can get them on.
Oliver, will you grab us a sample sheep?
Yes. I'm going to grab.
So this one's going to be a white
Grab
sheep,
number
so we're going to
11.
start with crystal clear glass.
I don't know if you guys saw it up close either, but I did put some kneecaps on this guy too.
So this is the idea.
2 coats.
Little bigger though. Is this going to be a white? Oh, it's a whitey, eh?
Yeah. Could have
To
gone
match his beard.
brown, but I feel like this is a pretty out
Yeah,
of
I think
control.
it should be white.
No, it should be
Yeah,
a
it'll look
classic
good with
white
those
sheep.
black legs wrapping around, pump it into the.
So did we
Wool.
need to make the body different anyway?
Yeah, I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit.
A little
all.
taller, so his feet aren't dragging on the ground, or no? What was your thought, Oliver?
I was admittedly I
thought,
was
Oliver?
cracking jokes. I was thinking if we just like in the middle of the sheep,
Right.
it would look like the gnome was really giving it the super squeeze. Like it was really like getting it with the legs.
You know when you
Jake need
squeeze,
to know anything for
Oliver?
the body size.
You know when you
he's doing
squeeze
perfect.
your legs together, you kind of have to take your feet and go like this and kick them back because you're tightening the muscles.
Yeah.
Well, look at this gnome's feet.
He's doing it.
He's got all of his muscles tensified.
That one's
Tensified.
ready to go. Am I bringing legs for you, Jake?
Please. I'm going to take this to the
That's
harbor.
the secret move.
There's quite a few secret moves in this process. Took a while to figure these little guys out. Now I'm going to go for the bonus move, pinch in the
So
side.
does the white sheep have black legs?
Yes.
Excuse me, everybody.
There
There
it
you
is.
go. Nice. It's like his legs will be squeezed into the wool.
Right into it.
You gave it the leg pump?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
These being the leg symbolizers.
Is this going to have some
Looks real
horns, right?
Tetris. It's a ram.
Got to be riding a ram.
But aren't gnomes all docile and quiet?
So you think they're just wandering through the forest, picking,
On a sheep.
coming out of the
Yes.
Shire?
Picking berries.
Yeah.
I
Have your
thought it'd be like
diamonds.
jumping off a cliff, coming down on some bus on the side of the cliff.
I just don't know about that.
Maniac gnome rides killer ram.
Chris, how does
That's
it
a headline
feel?
right there.
You've been talking about putting the gnome on a creature for as long as I've worked here now.
I know.
How does it feel to finally be putting a gnome on a creature?
Wait till we put one on a turtle.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Is a turtle coming next?
Can you guys hear the click of the jacks or of the diamond shears through the mics when I cut that one there? It's like a loud click sound.
That's how you know the glass is hot enough.
It's such a beautiful sound to me. It's one of those things I love about glass, kind of behind the scenes action, is that glass was hot. Oliver brought it over and it was flopping all over the place, and I cut it all the way down, and by the time you pinch it down to the tiny little spot, it's solid at the very final moment, and it makes this beautiful click sound. Take a listen.
There it is, the click.
Whoops. I did give him some sturdy running feet and legs here, just in case.
You're gonna have him punted up in between his legs on his belly button, right?
Right.
So you'll be able to put the hat on correctly and conify it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that'll be sweet.
I just ran through the whole process if I had to do this on the pipe over here. And then I was like, wait a minute. I think he's gonna be able to get it done.
Thank goodness. Well, those went on beautifully. We were talking, Oliver and I, when we were doing these last week in preparation for the show, that was the toughest part of the sheep, was figuring out the legs and getting them symmetrical. All the first ones we did, we tried a little stringer, we tried little nubs for feet. I mean, we tried everything, and it just took, in the end, we went back to what we originally tried, stick legs like this, and it just took doing it over and over and over to get the subtleties of the shape of what Oliver brought over and the length that I cut it, and then this move here, getting the feet to flatten out so that they sit level. It took a long time, but we got it dialed in now.
It's his tail, then I get turned into
Going to the
honey.
marver. Yes, beautiful. Right here.
Oh, look at that power stance.
He's ready to go.
He's
I like
galloping.
because it makes the hoofs.
Yeah, and he's like, little power tail coming upright, handling business. Now we're gonna
Handling
flip it around.
business.
Yep.
How does a tail handle business?
I don't know.
One
I'm
asks.
thinking about that now. The next time I see a sheep in a field.
We're gonna flip it around. We're gonna put the black head on it. Should we put eyes on this one? I kind of feel like we probably should, maybe. Did you get a good zoom of Bess and her
I did.
quad triple
Oh my
hand
gosh, I love
situation?
these little hands.
What?
Hello? What? I'm holding my phone. Hello, everybody. Sorry, distraction
that
from
right
the
in
blowing
there.
process. Those hands were a Christmas gift.
They're
I saw
so
little
funny.
feet now
Thank you.
too. If anyone sees the feet, grab the feet.
I've seen videos of people putting these on their cats.
Oh my gosh, they're so funny.
I think it's getting warm enough, and I'm gonna turn this fan on and roll
I
in.
agree.
If it makes a bunch of crazy noise and it sounds horrible, then I'll turn it off.
He gets a little delay, so it's like we say something and then we gotta wait a second.
Really good texture on this one, just on the edge, not sharp, but really texturous.
Bye.
I waved by and I realized this probably looked really silly.
Okay, good. This black is also a beautiful color too. It's one of the deepest, most powerful colors. I mean, it might, from a non-glass blower, that might just sound kind of obvious. It's black, but it's really cool to have such a powerful contrast between colors when there's so many different subtle colors, so many ways to burn out the color and have it not turn out as electric as you thought it would be.
All right, now I'm going to get eye stuff going.
Beautiful.
Okay, eye stuff.
Shaping the head was so frustrating at first. I was just like, felt like I was just smacking him around in the face with no actual intention until I kind of understood, you know, there's the jaw zone. He's kind of got to have a little bit of conedness to him.
Hey, I'll give a shout out to all you in the hot shop. Like, the shop is so efficiently run now that Oliver just knew where the color was. It was in stock. There was no hesitation. He knows how to use the torch. Said, I want eyes, and eyes were instantly available to be had.
It's
There were
getting
many
pretty
years
organized.
in the past where it'd be like, what? We need eyes, quick.
Yeah.
Do this, do that. But Oliver's heating up a small rod of white with the torch. And again, these guys have done it so often, they're quite aware of
You're gonna line me
each
up
other's
right there.
movements.
Wait a minute. What happened to the ears?
I thought we were doing.
Horns?
Well, I tell you what I'm doing right now.
Yep.
Is eyes.
Yes. We're making
Eyes are happening right now.
I think
You're
we
gonna
should
line
just
me
do
up.
ears.
I think we should do ears too. Doing all right back there, Dad?
Oh, yeah.
Focus is on the gnome, not the ram. Right now, he looks like he's got sunglasses on, staring into the distance to really bring his focus into clarity. Oliver now has a rod of black, and that's going to be the pupil for the eye.
Here he comes.
Okay.
Steady hand up.
Yup.
I believe Bess is going to post his later on Instagram.
Tomorrow morning.
Is that right on the center?
Oh, he's getting boastful now.
What a difference an eyeball makes.
Give me a little bit
It
more
does.
turn.
Makes a huge difference. Nice shot, Oliver.
Dang. Look at that skill, that talent.
Looks like you've done that once or twice.
I didn't hear Best. Did that piece Chris is on, the Super Collab piece, make it up?
It is. Yep, it's
Awesome.
up. Yep. I haven't been back at the computer, so I don't
Said
know.
it's sold?
Oh, okay.
Ears.
There we go.
Ears. All right.
I thought you were
So-
calling him out because he was scratching his ears.
Chris, do you want to explain why you didn't put that in the garage versus what you're doing?
Yeah, the reason I didn't put it in the garage is because it's valuable. And I didn't want this crazy horse bronco riding gnome body to explode. And the more I flash it, the more its legs became muscular and
Yeah.
accentuated.
Seriously.
Yeah, look at that.
You can see the different styles, as I'm sure you guys have seen over the show and watching us and getting to learn our particular subtleties in the way we blow glass. And I gotta say, that's a Chris specialty right there.
He does kind of look
He looks
silly
good,
without
doesn't
ears.
he?
He looks super good. Looks like what?
I said he does look silly without ears. Like something is missing.
Yeah, totally.
Like you can't place what
Oh,
it is.
I
yeah.
guess that was another thing that did take us a while to figure out. We tried like 10 different styles of ears. So really we did it all. It took a lot to figure this thing out.
The sheep did not come together easily.
No.
I kind of feel like you should put some tobacco arms on this guy too. Like one's up in the air and one's on his side, so he's like broncoing it.
I'll put the hat on and you can go from there.
All right.
When we were in Vegas, they had bull riding, and I didn't recognize it until the day we were leaving. Has anyone done bull riding?
Yes.
Not real bulls.
Well,
Yeah.
no, not real. Like a mechanical.
I wanted
Yes,
to do it.
I have.
Was it fun?
It was a ton of fun. I had such bad bruises on my thighs the next
Oh,
day.
seriously?
Yes.
Well, Bess lasted for 8 hours.
Mom, will you get an up close of me pinching this ear on this next one? Because I think it really just is super cool to see the way it transforms from a little nub into a perfect little sheep-like entity.
A fuzzy? Into
Yeah.
a little fuzzy?
Yeah, a little bit of action. And it's all about the way Oliver brought that bit over, the perfect heat, the perfect shape, and then one little pinch, it's like, whoosh.
Look at that cutie.
Oh. All right. And now, the
Moment of truth.
you've all been waiting for. Let's just line it up.
Can we put a
That's
gnome
so
on?
perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna heat his bum real good.
Sweet.
Is their little stickum bit gonna go on top of the sheep?
Nope. Might be kind of nice.
Give him a saddle.
A gnome riding a slug. That's right. I remember that one. I do.
I don't remember that one.
117.
Wow. So that was before our time.
Yeah, that was before my time. Yeah.
Wow.
In the
come a
before
long
4
way.
times.
I'm gonna do this, heat up one more time, Jake, and then we'll be ready, all right?
I'd love to and really appreciate the friendly reminder from the behind the scenes that the Red Wings are playing tonight at 8 o'clock, folks. Minnesota Wild, incredible game. They played them last week, and I think they're going to win here tonight. What a champion team in the NHL. Oliver's bringing a stickum bit.
Nope, we don't need a stickum bit.
No?
No stick and bit.
That's why I'm heating the center up. We're gonna just put him right on like he's really riding.
Well, then I'll bring it over like a punny, and you want to chop it off of there?
Well,
Or the other way around?
I'm gonna bring it over, and I'll bring it over on you right as
Okay.
soon as I get done flashing this one. We're gonna be ready.
All right.
So if you want to take your flash, I'm gonna get up, and then we're gonna go for it.
God, he looks good. Remember, all the pieces that are purchased from the show, made on the show, are hand signed with the show number. TGP, the gathering point. This will be show 307.
You're gonna have to put some water on
I
mine
can do
after I
that.
get him on. Put your
Hand me the
put
tweezers
your
when you're
head
done.
up. Stay. Push.
Pushing.
Yep. Push.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Let me get
Water.
this.
Oops.
Let me get one more on there.
Yep.
Flipping.
Get away from the thing.
There he
Chris,
is.
I'm right behind you. I'll take that.
That little fella.
So you're gonna flatten that a little bit with the torch, and then I'll bring
the
you a
hat on.
cone-shaped hat. What do you think? Want to do it onto this?
I
Or
was
should it be
thinking
blue?
child's blue.
Okay, I was thinking blue too for the man. What? Celadon?
Lapis?
Lapis. All right.
All right, how about a round of thumbs up for that, ladies and
Seriously.
gentlemen?
It's looking
Success, success.
good. We're going to drop a nice, juicy cone head right on there. It's going to sag down real fabric-like all over his
You want me
schnoz.
gathering up how to recycle?
Yeah.
What color is that gnome body?
Tobacco.
So
Brown,
tobacco is-
brown, black, black, white, 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 black, brown,
And
brown.
tobacco gets this like metallic look to it. Like tin foil except in brown.
You guys have all seen through our shows and through the editing that Roland's done the tale of the jumping gnome. And I
Oh, so
don't
good.
want to jinx our item here, but in thinking and remembering that, I want to make sure right now that this connection on the bottom is nice and strong, because as soon as this piece got some gnome energy attached to it, I felt a little twinge of
The top of the gnome right now looks like a bell.
does.
So I'm like, how's that a gnome? That's a big hat.
That is a humongous hat.
I'll cut it back.
It's already going to be a little bit top heavy, so
Well, you guys are prepping that up. I'm going to go through some comments here real quick.
sounds grand.
Go for it, Oliver.
I'm going for it. I'm starting with the YouTube crowd. YouTube crowd, I'm refreshing the page right now. You have 0.2 seconds to hit the like button.
0.2.
26 likes. Y'all doing pretty good. Pretty good. We've seen Angel saying, beautiful work, team. Susan's loving it. A lot of thumbs up. Shout out to Bea, seeing you in the chat.
I love
Tabea
the
wants to
name.
know if we might see a scuba diving gnome on the back of a turtle in the future.
Tabea, that's a challenge. The tank, the helmet.
You
Next
think that's
heat.
still a little too big? Or?
I think so, but I'll be able to cut it.
I mean, I can take it down like
No,
so.
just bring it hot, and I'd rather be able to just cut it. And
Let it look at it first
I want
and
it
see.
to sag over that schnoz a bunch.
Going over to
So
the
should I-
YouTube side.
I think
while
it's
Get
the
it
right
ripping.
diameter.
Get it ripping.
I like the YouTube handle Snap as their name. Snap.
Mary
Oh,
says that
man.
in the future we should make a turtle with a sheep riding the turtle and then a gnome riding the sheep.
And a slug too.
You guys
I
just
thought
keep
you were
the
gonna
ideas
say-
coming.
Thought you were gonna see a turtle riding a gnome.
All right, this is it, folks. Ouch, hot glass.
Yeah, what was that?
Careful, you get
Oh,
him
wait.
later.
And I'm not going to read the whole story up. The story of your little sister riding the sheep
Ready?
is adorable.
It's perfect.
Now it's looking like
Beautiful.
a gnome.
Sharon wanting the entire aquatic display. I feel like Robin would be all over that too. Robin loves a good aquatic display. Hannah's saying there's a little bit of an echo when we're talking and we're all standing next to each other, like the mics are just picking up multiple of us.
That would make sense.
That checks out. We just have to be a little careful with that. But I appreciate the heads up, Hannah. Look at that gnome.
Arm or
Now, the hat has to be bent backwards, going with the
Looking
wind,
good.
right?
Oh,
it's looking
yeah.
great.
That makes sense.
It's heavy up top too, so I don't want to keep adding more and more on
Yeah,
top
yeah,
of
I hear
these
ya.
brittle sheep legs. Poor thing. I'm gonna snip it one more time and make it just a little taller and give it that back end curve.
taller. Yeah, whatever.
This is so fun.
You want a band to go around that hat? Or you gonna
I
leave
don't
it like
think so, no.
He's worried about the weight of it.
It
Fair,
looks
it's a lot of
just
solid
like the one
glass.
up top. You could use the tagly and put a couple carves in it. You know what I mean, to give it a little bit of a few bends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mic is off. What are we doing for a giveaway?
I'm sure everyone can.
We'll figure that out real
Here.
quick. Looks good.
Yeah, that looks good. Kind of got some movement in it now.
Yeah.
And the arms would be good, but we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks
Oh, I got so
good.
confused in the
cute.
chat here, Bess. A lot of people are saying bless you.
Oh.
And I did not hear that you sneezed, and I was like, is something going on with Bess?
I think it looks really good.
Okay.
He's so cute.
Jake, if you're going to show it off, you have to make a crazy face for the thumbnail, dude.
I don't know how to make crazy faces. Maybe we gotta have some sort of like.
I got to punch you in the stomach as soon as the camera's on you.
Yeah, that's right.
You look, I'll make the crazy face.
There we go.
That's the thumbnail right
Yeah.
there, guys. That's perfect.
That's it. All
You
right,
know
let's
what
get it
it's
off of
reminding
here.
me of is those blow up things that you ride. We need a blow up.
Like this snail costume
Yes.
that you have.
Yeah.
Oliver, would you grab this with the claw? I know this guy's ready to go. There's no need for any sort of water or nothing.
Has he been stamped at all? Do you want
Yeah.
to stamp
yeah.
him?
Stamped him right on the
Where are you
back
grabbing
side.
them from?
That's what
Grab
I'm about
over the
that.
thing.
I'd grab him like that, right by the
Gonna have
gnome.
to be. I don't think he's gonna stay in there that way.
I need him to come
Sideways.
We
like
got to go
right?
around his legs, in between his feet and his legs.
Well, let me take a flash.
You know what I mean? Grab his legs. The feet will be.
I
on
think you
top
could
of
grab
there.
him like 7 different ways. Just get a good hold of him and take him away.
Okay.
You got this.
Just knock
This
him
is-
up a little lower to the table in case there's a tragedy for whatever
This is the
reason.
most-
Yeah, just get
stressful
under his feet
job.
and around his legs.
After everyone makes it, the guy carrying it away.
There you
it's
go. You
so
got it.
stressful.
It's the coldest part of the
See?
piece.
There's no other way you could have
There's
grabbed it.
10
Come
other
on.
ways.
Number 4.
Number 4, right side.
Fingers crossed,
Stand 'em
folks.
up.
Will they come back?
Nice.
Looks
Ooh.
good. Looks good.
Why? Because I don't know. I'd
Nice
be
work.
falling
That
off.
cowboy made it in there
will.
just fine. All right.
Let's go.
Giveaway time.
Nice
It
piece,
sure
Oliver.
is.
So that was intense, folks. We're going to get that up on the website, and we're going to get involved in the giveaway item right now. And we need to powwow as a hot shop. I think, Bess, I see the on-air sign is on. A little more housekeeping.
Oh,
a
yeah,
giveaway,
housekeeping.
And an
Hello.
explanation is how to win this next giveaway.
I am going to mute up everybody but me for a second. So now everybody should only hear me because I have some magical new buttons. So I have 2 buttons. Let me brag about them for a second. I have mute buttons where I can single out one person to mute, or I have what is called the solo button, which means regardless if they have their mics on or not, I can click the solo button and I am the only mic that is allowed to be on. So that's what we're going to do here for a second.
Look at that one. That's sold.
So we've got our giveaway piece. Michelle, could you show off that little purple vase one more time for us? So this is a cutie that was made at the end of last week's show. And everyone had to answer a question, and I believe the question was about Las Vegas. The guys have my clipboard right now, and I'm
Oh, they
looking
do
for it.
have your clipboard.
So the question from last week was about Las Vegas. We were talking about if you've been to Vegas, what was one of the
Give
most
us the
spectacular
clipboard.
things you've ever seen, or if you haven't been to Vegas, what's something entertaining you've seen? Impressive performances is the way we worded it. So
can't
some
turn
people
it
said,
off.
I've seen a few performances there, and they've
Mine
talked
only
about the
gets
Blue
turned
Man
off from right
Group,
here.
a couple different things. Somebody saw Josh Groban, Kelly Clarkson's performance of The Phantom of the Opera. That's cool. Let's see. This is a fun one. I haven't been to Las Vegas since the late 70s, and I don't even remember what shows I saw. But I can tell you over the years, I've seen great concerts with many great performers, including the Eagles, Elton John with Billy Joel, Paul McCartney and the Wings, Chicago, just to name a few. That's some impressive performances right there. Our winner of this week said, seen a lot of the, I'm upside down, seen many of the musical shows. Phantom of the Opera was the most impressive to me. So, congratulations to Deanna. And yes, my paper's a little bit ripped.
All right.
We had a panic moment while we were fixing the audio at the beginning of the show, and I needed somewhere to write on, and this was my only option. So we're a little ripped this week, but still functional. So congratulations to Deanna. You are going to get an email from Donna on how to get your piece. If you're local, you'll be able to pick it up, and if not, then we can get it shipped out to you. Our giveaway question this week is, what viral food trend have you tried? Maybe it's something that's not brand new to the world, but maybe it's something that's trending right now and new to you. So you're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. Put your name and your answer in the email. We've had some pretty fun questions the past couple of weeks, Michelle. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of my, I wouldn't say it's brand new to being viral, but it's something that keeps coming up. Bless you. It's something
Bless you,
going around. It's like dust in the air or something. I have been making these cucumbers. Long story short, you let them soak in rice wine vinegar and some soy sauce and some chili onion crunch from Trader Joe's. And you let them sit for a little bit, kind of marinate, and then you eat that. That's been like my go-to snack that I'm obsessed with right now. So if you guys have anything fun, let us know. We would love to try it out as well. But you're going to send your answer to enews at Glass Academy, and you're going to get entered to win whatever we're making right now. What are we making, Oliver?
Listen.
Let's try that again. What are we making, Oliver?
What we're making right now is something that we haven't been able to dive into. Now, you saw the black sheep. You saw the gnome riding a sheep. Now we're going to live out my fantasy, which is a fantasy sheep. Brand new color pattern, things we've never done before. We're going bubblegum pink with some bright Merlot red for the big spots on there. It's going to look super fantasy, super vibrant, out of this world, from the Enchanted Forest.
I think that saying the word bright Merlot red is one of those double, ultra combo fighting words.
A contradiction?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh. Well, here, let me rephrase for the
Bright
people then.
Merlot red?
It's going to be this bubblegum pink with a bright Merlot red. And it's
that
going to
a
look
thing?
amazing.
What?
You guys tell us if you think that's legitimate or not.
Well, just wait until you see it on the Anila reveal.
That's a fact.
And if you're not seeing the Anila reveal on Thursday, then you need to do what, Beth?
Become a member.
Be a star supporter.
Need
For
to be a
$8
star
a month,
supporter.
you could get 4 Anila reveals, coupons that will save you over $8 on buying product, and know your name is supported in lights at the end of our members clip.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and having Lizzie do be kind of like the concierge of the membership. It's like even better content coming through Michelle's mind. She's writing basically blogs every week and sending you guys behind the scenes information about what's up at the studio, what's going down.
Now check out this color here, and it's in this tray, and it just looks like this
Merlot?
silvery, opal, clearish color, and that's going to be bright Merlot red. I'm going to keep on saying it until someone proves me wrong on the anneal reveal.
Well, we know who's doing the yield reveal next week. Look at now, it's yellow. It looks like a transparent yellow right now.
This is reminding me of the cotton candy that I tried to get in Las Vegas.
That's
that was the shape
right.
of a flower.
Going legs on this one?
We're
or this
gonna
one
do
gonna
it.
be
This
sitting?
one's sitting down, the first sitting down one of the show.
Okay.
So check out the color now. It looks like a
Marshmallow.
caramel dusting of sugar.
So now here's a follow-up question for you, Jake. You want me to hit the bubblegum pink and then a little bit of the bright Merlot red for the tail, or you want it just to be the bubblegum pink?
I think just the pink will do.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Gnome riding sheep, which I guess is technically a sheep riding gnome. I'm just reading off the paper here.
Riding gnome. No, it's a gnome,
Gnome
riding a
riding
sheep.
sheep.
Gnome riding sheep. The sheep is not riding the gnome.
Right.
It's a gnome riding sheep.
The sheep. It's hold on.
Oh my gosh, it's been a long day.
Hold on, let's get it figured out.
Are we using riding as an adjective or a verb?
It's a sheep riding
You're
gnome.
right. It could go either way.
It could.
You
in
guys
theory.
interpret it however you like.
Whatever it is, it's now available. I put the link in the comments for you guys. Good luck, Fast Fingers, because I know a lot of people are looking to get him.
That was an involved one. I gotta say, the legs, I was joking when I said Chris was gonna make those all muscly and like it was squeezing the sheep.
He really
and
did add some muscle.
That thing was squeezing the sheep, and the little tips to the boots too. That was legit.
Carol says, are we making the sheep Jake's favorite color yellow?
Carol. No, remember? This is bright Merlot.
Yeah. I stand by that one.
And it is starting to darken up a little bit. It's more of a butterscotch now, if you will. And look
that's
at there's
a good color. But why is
5
it
or 6 dark
like
red
it
ones.
got chicken pox?
Yeah. This is called the striking of color. So what color is the head going to be then?
Black.
That's fair. And we'll put black felt pads on the bottom as well. And actually, I'll do this real quick. I'll do it once we flip it around.
So one more time, our giveaway question for this week, which you can see, is what viral food trend have you tried, or maybe something that's new to you? And you can win this really cute sheep.
Has anybody ever eaten guinea pig before?
My sister has. She lived in Peru for 2 years.
That's
Jake
where I
has
did
to
it
walk
too.
in front of me. I would say mine was the cotton candy I had at Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be shaped like a flower, but it was a pretty cool thing. Oh, the other thing we didn't talk about Las Vegas, how the pizza vending machines, you could hit a vending machine, it would make you a pizza.
I've seen those pizza vending machines
Oh my
before.
goodness.
It was cool. It had the hallway smelling pretty good.
Yeah.
Chocolate cake vending machines. Dangerous.
Yeah, pretty cool. Why didn't they have cocktail machines? Because you'd have to be 21.
I had some incredible chocolate cake. Me and 2 buddies of mine, we go downtown and we buy each other birthday dinners as a trio of rotating dinners. And we went down to a restaurant downtown Detroit and just had the best, like, Latin American fusion food, and it was just so incredible. And we finished it off with this super dense, I don't ever get dessert at restaurants at all, ever. But it was the birthday treat for my boy, and he wanted to get the chocolate cake, and
Was
we
it
all split the
lava
chocolate
cake?
No, it was like basically like solid mousse. Like it was like a frozen mousse, like a chunk like this, and it was like hardcore. I went to sleep after very quickly. But really delicious, and a nice way to check out new restaurants without breaking the bank. You know, it all goes around between the three of us, but it feels really good spending money on someone that you love and appreciate having in your life, and it's a good combo. Highly suggest it to you all. And on that note, hope everybody had an amazing Valentine's. I know that was pre our last show. That was a little bit ago. But hope everybody's got some good action in their lives and some great people.
And I'll tell you another trick. After Valentine's Day, you go to your local grocery store, and the flowers are cheap, 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 and they last forever.
That is a good trick. Gonna put some little bit, just a hair bigger ears on this guy, just for floppy's sake.
Has found a home.
Bye-bye, little friend. You're gonna go down in history.
I did put a sticky note that before he ships out, we have to get video of him.
Absolutely.
So
Are you gonna be in here on Thursday?
I will.
All right.
Thursday's my happy hour.
That's right.
You know what? So, you could leave a note for Miranda so Robin could ship them after the Anila reveal.
Yep. We do try and get out products from the show into the mail on Thursdays so that you get them by the end of the week. Drop a couple eyes on there. I know it's
Doing
what the
eyes
people
too.
want.
Okay.
I know they want it. We got to give them what they want. Look at that. Look how dark the body's gotten.
Are you going to give it red eyes?
Like it's an evil little guy.
Kind of looks like a mouse, too.
It does
It's
have, maybe
pink.
that's the thing with the bigger ears. It gets a little bit mouse-like.
Ah, interesting. Mice would be a good one.
Mice would be a good one.
Yeah.
Add that to the list.
It's so
Any
funny.
other creature suggestions, put
Once
them in
you
the chat.
start
Give them
doing-
sunglasses and make them the blind
Oh,
mice.
that'd be so fun.
One more time.
Right up front. Right there.
I like that. Jake does a gentle reminder for Oliver to know, because Oliver's focused on the cane, and just a simple reminder like, hey, it goes right here. Oliver doesn't have to, he can focus on the cane. He doesn't have to think about placement.
Too big.
One more
and then
time.
accidentally put it wrong. So again, without the pupil in there, he looks kind of like he's staring off in space.
Blind, perhaps.
But we will fix that with some black pupils coming up next.
Oliver's getting much better at doing that. There's so much more subtlety to putting on cane stringers like that than just the shape and the size of it. You can burn that color so easily. If it's not hard enough getting it lined up correctly and having it look correct, you can see that this white is completely opaque and really nice. From time to time, and depending on the product you're doing, that color can get burned by this torch. It's so hot.
I mean, you guys, if you've been watching for a while, you know that you very rarely see the torch flame look like this.
Yeah, tiny in particular.
I like when you guys describe that, because I would not. The torch is on.
Right.
The torch is off. I'm not.
I mean, that's
dialed
something
in.
that, I mean, even Tabea's learning right now is how to set the torch up, because there's so much variable and, like, variability in those two knobs, and you can burn the color super easy. How'd those turn out?
That reminds me, as we're showing this off, the final piece, folks, I want to relay the information of our grand opening date. Bess,
For?
can you confirm
We're already
it?
open. What do you mean?
I don't want to say the wrong date. Do you remember the Slack what I said? Or check
Yes,
the
I
Google
can.
Calendar?
I'll pull it up right now for you.
The grand opening of the Michigan room.
The
The
grand
Glass
opening.
Academy already exists as a functioning business.
20 years. The Michigan Room's going to be serving drinks. We're going to have a big party. We're going to be having a really good time. Special action, all kinds of goodness. Whether you're into drinking or not, we're going to have coffees. We're going to have mocktails. It's going to be a social, communal event. I'm going to tell you this date, and I'll remind you guys, like I did last show, that this is the best opportunity that there ever was to come into town to see us at the Glass Academy and visit in person.
Look at this bright Merlot red.
He's
Look
so
at how
cute.
bright that red is.
So 2 things I'll mention as they're finishing this off. Grand opening date. I'm releasing the grand opening date. Yes, Jake?
Yes.
All right, so the grand opening date for the Michigan Room is May 8th. That being said, at the end of the show, there is going to be an Instagram post that goes live, and that is going to be a collaboration between our Glass Academy Instagram and our Michigan Room
bringing a
Instagram.
stamp
So you
bit?
guys are going to be able to see that Michigan Room Instagram go live right after the show tonight. And so you go ahead and take a look at that. You can get there from the Glass Academy post that goes up. The Michigan Room is going to be tagged as well. And please go give that some love, give it a follow.
Brand
Go ahead
new
and like the
social
posts.
media.
You guys can see we've already got some posts up there. Shout out to Miranda, who's been doing an amazing job. And she has some behind the scenes look, some history of the construction of the Michigan Room. So go ahead, give those posts some love, but I am going to click the button as soon as we end the live to make that post go live for us.
That's right. So you guys are all here. You guys are all watching. And if you want to support our business, just like we ask you to subscribe, to like, to share the feed, if you wouldn't mind,
There we go.
follow our
Good
new
show.
Facebook page, follow our new Instagram at the Michigan Room, a business within our business in our special brand new event space. And this is just the start. You're going to see a lot more content, a lot more incredible things. In fact, even next week, the 4th, the same as the Turtle pre-release, we're going to have a special giveaway if you're following us on those social media channels as well. So highly suggest taking a look at that. That was an incredible show.
Absolutely.
Nice work, Bess. Roland, thank you for your help. The mics are amazing, you guys. Show them some love in the chat if you don't mind.
Got a
Brand
new
setup.
mixer set up.
New mixer.
Fantastic board.
Really cool. Things are progressing. Things are amazing. Oliver's doing an amazing job. Michelle behind the camera, amazing job. You got Miranda and
Sarah, Maria.
Sarah over there. Miranda already
We also
left.
have a Miranda.
We got Chris, Miranda, everybody. And
Heather's
that's-
behind the scenes. I mean, we've got a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and it's showing. It's really showing, and we're looking forward to 2025 being a super power blaster of a year, and this was an amazing show.
Absolutely.
There's a few sheep left on the table. I highly suggest you guys check them out on the website. This will be the last time that we're making sheep. We're moving into Turtle Zone. If you want to buy one as a gift, get it for yourself. Remember it as a historic Glass Academy item. Check it out on the website.
If you're watching us as a replay, don't forget to still comment the word replay. Also tell us what you think about the show. Snag a sheep if there's still any while you're watching this. Have
Over
a
and
wonderful
out.
night.